We begin tonight with Frank Luntz and his focus group. Hi, Frank.
Megan, we're in the state that probably matters most. We're just 90 days from when New Hampshire casts its votes, and New Hampshire is a great predictor of where America goes. So I want a show of hands from our New Hampshire voters. You had a winner tonight. How many of you thought it was Marco Rubio? Now, there was one significant segment, Megan, and it was very early in the debate where he performed admirably. He's talking about education. Let's take a look.
For the life of me, I don't know why we have stigmatized vocational education. Welders make more money than philosophers. We need more welders and less philosophers. And if we do that, and if we do this, we will be able to increase wages for millions of Americans.
So what was it about Marco Rubio that was so positive? Give me a word or phrase to describe him.
He was very eloquent.
Passionate.
I think he's young.
Very articulate.
Slick.
Charisma.
Strong.
He's inspirational.
Fresh.
He's not my candidate.
Now, I got to ask you a question. You said inspirational. How old are you?
19 years
So
old.
this is your first vote.
Yeah.
Why Rubio?
I agree with him on most policy issues. I mean, I look at all the other plans that the candidates have put out there, and he's the one who I'm most in line with. You know, he's socially conservative. He has a tax plan that's willing to help out families, and that is really important to him in the vision that he has for this new American century.
You've picked up his language. That's interesting. Now, I want to ask you, how many of you switched votes? Some of you came in here supporting a different candidate. Why did you switch?
I switched because I went from Carson to Rubio during this debate, just because I liked his vision for America. I like that he wants to put more money into our military, which I think has been depleted under this president.
Why did you switch?
I was originally supporting Bush, and I switched to Rubio because I liked his passion, I liked his message, his leadership, his vision for the future.
You just made a whole bunch of people very upset down in Bush headquarters. A couple more switched. Tell me why.
I think the biggest reason was he showed some energy. He showed some charisma. He had the ability to connect. Carson's a great guy, but he's just so slow and quiet. That appeals to a certain group, like the older people.
So let me ask you by show of hands. Some of you, I'm not going to take debate there. Some of you turned away from Carson tonight and went to other people. I want to hear from you right now. Tell me why.
I changed to Cruz because he has a crystal clear plan. His actions support what he's talking about in the Senate, and he really does reflect what I think is a true America.
So I want to go to a clip. Megan, there was a really powerful clip that Ted Cruz used. He talked about immigration, and just as Ben Carson did in the very first debate, saying that Republicans are not racist, Ted Cruz got righteously indignant about immigration, and watch how high the lines climb.
If a bunch of people with journalism degrees were coming over and driving down the wages in the press. Then we would see stories about the economic calamity that is befalling our nation. And I will say, for those of us who believe people ought to come to this country legally and we should enforce the law, we're tired of being told it's anti-immigrant. It's offensive.
You guys agree with that? Is
Absolutely.
it offensive to you?
Absolutely.
I watched you. You guys were cheering on television. Jane,
Yes,
tell me
I
why.
mean clarity and someone that really believes in what they're saying. It shows through. This guy stood for all the social issues and all the conservative issues.
What was it that he said, Matt, that was so powerful to you?
That he's gonna do something that's gonna protect my kids, and he's got passion about, you know, not believing in amnesty and not doing the things that, you know, this government now.
Who here believes immigration is the #1 issue in this campaign?
Well, it's
See, this is happening in New Hampshire.
Absolutely.
But you were shouting at the TV during that segment. Why?
Well, immigration, it's taking away from us. I'm sorry, I want to see it stopped. My parents were immigrants. Bring in the legal immigrants, absolutely, but it's not helping our economy, and there are ways to cut off what is keeping them here.
So we're going to get a chance to talk more about that and the other candidates. But Megan, when we come back a little bit later on the show, we are going to discuss the debate don'ts, the things that you should not be saying that upset our supporters, and we're going to show you the worst debate response that we have ever tested. And they're laughing at it now, but it's not funny for the candidates.
They seem like such nice people, but hey, they have some bad news for some of the candidates. Frank, great to see you.
Thank you.